Hi, good morning, and welcome to the ZP vlog. And we like to do this vlog every week, and it's really just a sort of wrap up on the news that we've put out for the week. And I realised that actually it's been a very, well, it's a slightly unusual week, that in fact, in parts of the world now we're sort of reaching a kind of holiday period. So I realised actually when I looked at the news that we put out this week, it was a little bit thin on the ground. But I would say that we did do our webinar on the 21st of December. So we do a sort of weekly webinar, and interestingly, actually, I think something that's kind of popping up a little bit at the moment is actually a lot of people are quite interested in heavy metals. So we did deal with cadmium and zinc on in the webinars on the 21st, which was interesting because the week before that we'd actually been dealing with copper. The detection of copper, and I'd actually been dealing with ammonia there, because there they had multiple peaks, and copper's kind of has some interesting complex chemistry. And by complex, I don't mean it's complicated, but actually ammonia can sort of bind to it and form essentially different shapes around the copper, and that then leads to a more complicated electrochemical signal. So that's saying that we did have our webinar on the 21st, and we did deal there with detecting cadmium and zinc. And then we also talked about alternative screen printed electrodes. There's an electrode out there by Metron, which is called the 101. So I did talk about our 501. I talked about continuous measurement of potassium and sodium in the skin, which is kind of interesting because then we had a webinar this week where somebody's interested in measuring stuff in, let's say, in the skin. And also somebody was asking really about recruitment, how to get a senior position in electrochemistry. And I did talk about, it was a personal comment, but I did talk about my own career, and not that it's a model career in any way whatsoever, but at least it's an indicator of how I've progressed. And it's not necessarily your standard way of actually, sort of moving forward with your career, but I did make some comments about that anyway. So as I said, it's been a bit of a quieter week, but we did do our webinar today. I'm going to check the quality on it a little bit, because I was a little bit concerned that we were in and out a little bit with the we were in and out a little bit with the quality today, but I will check it. But I did answer essentially the questions that came in. And we had questions around about really questions in and out about how to measure mercury in urine, and how to measure glucose, and also how to measure sweat. So it's kind of interesting that themes that had come in the sort of previous week sort of resurfaced again. And then lastly, we did put some news out this week really about exotic screen printed electrodes. So we do have some electrodes that actually have silver as the working electrode. So I did sort of make a comment about that as well. So I think with that, as I say, it's a little light on the news this week, but as always, if you've got any questions with ZP, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Even though it's the holiday period, we do try to we do keep the lights open, and ZP is still in business or doing business. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Okay, thanks very much.